Hey there. If you happen to see the last reading, there was a card that flew during the shuffle. Um, Took it as indication to maybe try this reading next. I usually don't do spreads, but figured what the hey, I'm feeling led to do it, so we're gonna give this a go. You and them, blockages, advice, and outcome. See, the thing about having a new tarot channel is that there might not be very many energies to pull from. So I'm just gonna, let's just presume that whomever sees this first, maybe it'll resonate for you if you're looking for, some sort of answers or insight. I'm not having any luck getting any flyers from this deck. Usually my cards are very talkative and does that mean no one's going to watch this video? That's okay. We'll try a few more shuffles with this deck and then we'll move. We're going to go ahead and this is the one. Give your inner critic a vacation. They misspelled this. That's critique. I don't enjoy that. I have a mind to return this deck. Anyway, be kind to yourself. I may not be kind to this creator because that's misprint. But I am going to be kind. I'm not going to point it out. We all know what they meant. It's all right. So we have the relationship energies. Now, as discussed in the earlier reading, I had mentioned that an insult typically is just a veiled indication of someone's perceived shortcomings of themselves. So that could be the main issue, the main energy that you're experiencing in your relationship. There could be a lot of scuffles currently, lots of insults being hurled back and forth. Just know those insults are probably more an indication of how the person feels about themselves. Really look at what they're saying to you and break it down. Just like that crossword card that we saw in yesterday's reading. Look for the clues and piece them together. What do we have here? This new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things. You can go ahead and pause there if you would like to read the rest. That is position 2. Your energies in regard to the relationship. I like that for you. That's amazing. That's growth. That's a huge indication of growth. That is really phenomenal. I'm actually curious if we're dealing with a runner-chaser situation. Because if so, oh, dear heart, I wish you luck. Oh, nothing will shred your soul to bits like a runner-chaser situation. Really. But this new chapter being mentioned, I love it. Love, love, love. That shows indication of inner work being done, and someone won't find themselves in a runner-chaser dynamic if they've done an adequate amount of healing, because that's not a healthy emotional situation to be in. Everyone deserves better than having to chase after someone. A relationship should not be comprised of one person in the chase dynamic and one person in the run dynamic. Both people should be invested. No flyers want to come, but this card did feel right. Don't expect much from them. They aren't ready. This is position 3. Their energies. So do they feel like you aren't ready? And additionally, no, this is not the right time. Feels like that's a them to you. Are you? Do you feel that this is not the right time? I really must recommend open communication. Unless this is, of course, a person for which does not make themselves available for communication, then you're kind of screwed. It's hard to say who this reading would be for if it is a runner-chaser dynamic. Is it for the runner? Is it for the chaser? Does one person feel like they are the chaser when in actuality the other person feels like that first person is the runner? It's hard to say. I think feelings left unspoken can lead to some very unfortunate events. Let's see, what do we have for position number 4? Obstacles, challenges, blockages in the connection. You can pause here. Quiet power, inner truth, callous, weakness, loss of emotional control, manipulation, misuse of power. Well, that's going to be an issue wherever you find it. In whatever situation, that is sure as hell an obstacle. Yeah. I do concur. That is an obstacle in any situation for which it rears its ugly head. That is so unfortunate. People can live very beautiful lives if they meet themselves, if they're open to meeting themselves, if they're open to learning what it is to be a human and to feel. It's just the most unfortunate thing to deny yourself the humanity that you've been given. It's just very sad. Let me see. Best course of action and advice. What are we feeling drawn to here? Got an angel number card. Feel free to pause if you like. Nurture yourself, your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down. Make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit to all areas of your life that big love, opportunity, or job needs to squeeze in somewhere. That's your best course of action. Yeah. Self-care, deep self-care, not just I did my nails and I shaved my legs and I did that hair mask thing, and yeah, that's part of self-care for sure. Most definitely. But there's so much more to it. It's about giving yourself the time and the space to really get to know you, to really dig in deep and learn what it is to be a human. Learn what it is to be you. Learn about your soul. Learn about the things that maybe just don't suit you anymore. The things that need to fall away. So we've got the outcome 3 to 6 months ahead. Let's do. I feel like both of these. So feel free to pause. Fortress and changing. Fortitude, staying power, stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endure, lasting, ready for everything, determined. Well, you can apply all of these words or just the ones that most suit you, but my takeaway from this, you have what it takes. You have what it takes to do this. You do. You have what it takes to really take the time and do the work, do the self-care, and just really dig into being a human now. And this was position number 6. In conjunction with this card, feel free to pause. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. Now, we've got 3 to 6 months mentioned on this this card that we're working off of here, but not everything's set in stone. And as they say with tarot readings and such, this is just the outcome of things keep going the way that they are currently. So, yeah, it's a little fluctuating. And it's going to be different for everybody. Their message to you. Well, let's see. We want this, and this, and this, this, and that. And I feel like there's a flyer that wants to fly here. Maybe we'll give it 2 more. Anything from here? No. Do feel compelled. That can mean so much. Doing something kind for someone without expectation of anything in return. Maybe that is what they're waiting on. Is this what they experience with you? Feel free to pause. It sounds unfortunate. It's a sad state of affairs for a relationship to be in. But, I really do hope that when anyone is spending time alone, that they are making the most of it and they are, reading things that could maybe open their mind to things that could be helpful, coping mechanisms, healing from narcissistic abuse, how to really look into your self-worth issues and resolve some things, new ways to think about things, etc. and so forth. So we also have this here, waking from the dream. Yeah, it seems like perhaps, maybe both of you are waking from the dream that eventually turned into something of a nightmare. Spirit of gold, wealth, status, and windfall. I have to, and I don't want to offend anyone, but I would be curious with this card if we're not speaking of someone who their message to you is maybe they've been hanging on because you financially provide for them. Return, belonging, guiding light. Yeah, as with the first, well, they weren't technically the first readings. In regard to some previous readings, there's a bit of a teeter-totter scenario going on. So I think whoever those readings resonate for, this is probably for them as well. And yeah, more teeter-totter energy. Turbulent married life, being far away. Well, I was hoping to provide something a little happier, but you know what? When it comes down to it, no one's getting a tarot reading over a happy relationship with good communication. Yeah? Anyway, my teeter-totter friend, I wish you much luck and peace and growth. I wish you the capacity for healing, even for healing your relationship, not only with your significant other, but perhaps with friends and family. I wish you all of the good things we all deserve to be making the most out of this life. Until next time, enjoy your night.